Let me allow you watch the video, of course, from Delta State, where local vigilantes, in collaboration with security agencies, stormed the den of kidnappers, rescued a kidnapped victim, and at the end of the day, they recovered about 7.something million that was initially used to pay ransom. And ultimately, they rescued the victim. I must say this is commendable. And of course, I've been saying it, that it is the locals who have the wherewithal to do this job. And as you watch, you can clearly see as they display the money they recovered. This is actually commendable. Let me allow you to watch the video so that you have a sense of what we are discussing here. As you watch, do your personal self-appraisal of the situation. But a quick one before we go into the video. Let us look at some areas where security agencies registered success recently against Fulani Militias. This one is a tweet from Daily Post. It's saying, troops conducting security operations in Kebbi State have neutralized no fewer than 80 armed bandits attempting to infiltrate the state from Zamfara axis. A welcome development indeed, and this is coming at the time the federal government, or rather the president, is changing his service chiefs. I must say we want to see similar things as we go further into this fight against insurgency. This other one is a tweet from Vanguard newspaper. He's saying, again, troops neutralized 10 Boko Haram terrorists in failed invasion on Borno Council. I must say a welcome development indeed, because each time we see such development, we don't waste time in bringing to your knowledge, because it is what we desire, that we win this war against insurgency, against banditry. But a quick one, watch the video and get a sense of what we are trying to discuss here. We'll come back to further this conversation after this time out.
Don't give me touch. I could go down. Hola. Oh yeah, good. Oh yeah, hold the touch. Hold on for him. Wait, big No, be there. No, more they move. They don't go. You don't collect the money. Those guys don't go. So. Huh? Good evening, my name is Ransom. 2 days ago, a man was kidnapped from Akwalosi in Ibuzo, Oshimili North local government area of Delta State. And this evening, the family went to pay ransom to the kidnappers, because kidnappers were threatening to kill the man if ransom was not raised. And then today they went to pay the ransom, and then through our intelligence we stormed the bush. So this is the money recovered from the kidnappers. Every gunshots between the military and the kidnappers, they ran away. This is the money they were sharing that was recovered. This is the money recovered from kidnappers tonight in Ibuzo. I got live here in Ibuzo, right? 2 days ago, a man was kidnapped from Akwalosi in Ibuzo. This evening, the family went to pay ransom. So the military from the 3rd Brigade were with us, alright, in the bush. The money, this is part of the ransom that was recovered. And like I said before, in Delta State, when it happens, we follow it up. we don't keep quiet. We don't want to hear anything like kidnapping. If it happens, we must follow it up bomber to bomber. Back to back. These guys here are already fully ready. If you call us on the phone, we'll respond. You cannot respond when you don't call us on the phone. I know some of you are scared that kidnappers will tell you don't involve police. Secretly go and report to the police. Report to the police, the military, the vigilante, or reach out to us and we will respond. Alright? They will tell you don't involve police, this and this and that, no problem. But on your own, be your own Nigerian mind, you understand? But in Delta State, we are saying no to kidnappers. No to kidnappers. Any kidnapper where they catch. My ancestors. But I want to thank also the governor of Delta State, Right Honorable Sheriff Obori. God bless you, sir. Thank you for all the good job you are doing for the security. Alright. If there's any way to assist these people with the year too, we gallant to sure. The governor himself, my governor, we did the job for you. Anyhow we go take equip these guys. They are ready 247. No, they enter anywhere they enter. Foresters, security forest. Foresters, security forest. Anyway, the apple must. We must. Let's do this.
So from what you can understand, it is very clear that the locals have the wherewithal to address this myriad of challenges we now face in different parts of the country. Because as you can clearly see, this person that led this operation is a known face. Talking about Ransom from Delta State. Of course, I think from what we are seeing, we need more Nigerians who will be patriotic to this level of collaborating with the security agencies to stamp out insurgency, kidnapping in our societies. Because from what we are seeing, his network is now covering the whole Delta State. So if we now have similar persons who can operate in each and every state, I think to an extent it will help to curb this issue of kidnapping, banditry, and all of that. That is why the government must look towards this community-based policing. Understand that actually federal government against states not to start recruiting forest guards, I think is a welcome development. Because I've been a very strong advocate that the governors should not just be going by the name of the governors and the chief security officer of the respective states, but rather that they should be given some level of security power to parade. And I want to believe that this forest guard initiative of federal government has come to give them that leverage, has come to give them that opportunity. Because the era of governors shouting, lamenting that they do not command the fly, just as Ejuna Jang of Petusi lamented in the past, that as a governor, he did not command the fly. I think that era has passed. Hence, they have been given opportunity to engage forest guards that is under their command and control. The era of Isafan State governor saying that he has been able to acquire technology to enable him to know the movement and location of bandits, but that the only problem is his inability to command the security architecture into operation. I want to say that that era has passed. If they can key into this federal government policing initiative of forest guard. The reason I'm saying this is not far-fetched. Until we try this forest guard initiative and perhaps it fades, then we can now turn to federal government and say we want total state police. But hence, we have not tried it. I must say that the governors, particularly those states that are heavily ravaged by this insecurity occasioned by Fulani Militias, must rise to the occasion to embrace this initiative of forest guard. I want to say that I commend the initiative of the Director General of DSS, talking about Ajayi, who before the president even came up with the idea, made it very clear that the communities should be empowered to be the first line of defense in case of invasion. And I want to believe that that his position in a way shaped the mind of the president before the president arrived at that conclusion that forest guard is the way to go. We understand that the president have equally made it clear that at some point that state police will begin priority attention. I must say that it is a good development, but to start with, let us have the states keen into this state forest guard initiative. Because as far as I'm concerned, the society must be policed. The Nigerians, their lives and properties must be protected. And the governors have a responsibility to do that. going by the constitution that have given them that responsibility. But let me quickly say that another major issue has to do with our porous borders, because that has always been used as excuse for infiltration of bandits, particularly those alleged bandits that came from different parts of the world, like Burkina Faso, Mali, Libya, and all of that. Even as Buhari in the past, in his time as president, when he met with Donald Trump, in Donald Trump's first term of the president of the United States of America, made it very clear that bandits, most of them come from different parts of the world, like Libya after the fall of Gaddafi. As according to him, these are people who the only training they had is how to shoot gun. And the question is, let us address the issue of our porous borders by deploying technology to man our borders. Another issue has to do with, we understand that we need to strengthen our defense mechanism, air defense mechanism. Because recently, the governor of Borno State have come to bring another angle to the fight against insurgency, against terrorism. Because we made it very clear recently that Boko Haram members are already using drones to attack the military. I think that is a dangerous trend that calls for quick, deliberate, and urgent action from the government. You understand that the former retired military intelligence officer at the other time made it very clear that his time in service, that he advised the government to buy blame. According to him, those blame were capable of gathering information according to his expertise. But unfortunately, according to him, up to the time he left the service, the government have not looked in that direction. And say that I may not be an expert in that field, but I think people like that should be consulted. And every equipment I needed to gather intelligence is what we need at this level. Because Boko Haram themselves are already using drones to attack the military. I must say it's a dangerous trend that we should, as a matter of urgency and necessity, with a speed of light, rise to improve on our air defense mechanism. And that we should acquire more technology, more advanced war armament to counter these new emerging threats. Because the protection of lives and properties of Nigerians cannot be overemphasized. Hence, the constitution is very clear about what shall constitute the primary purpose of governance. Because it says that the welfare of the people and their security shall be the primary purpose of governance. So if that is the case, it means the very essence of governance revolves around the welfare of the people and their security. And as we speak, we can see the havoc, the lives of Ada Leru, the lives of Akwashi that operates in Faskari local government area of Katsina State, the life of Tajibelu have been reckoned in parts of Zamfara, parts of Katsina. So we must rise to education as a country to possess monopoly of currency power to address this issue. That's why I said that the same way the lives of those Ansari terrorist members, leaders were arrested, who are currently facing prosecution, the same way we expect Ada Aleru, Tajibelu, and co. to get arrested, to face prosecution, to act as deterrent to other would-be terrorists. Because the moment they are not arrested and we are seeing bandits coming out from their enclaves, fully armed, negotiating with communities, local government authorities, I want to say that it will burden other would-be terrorists to enlist into terrorism. The only thing that will deter them, if they see their colleagues or those who are already radicalized, who already wreaking havoc, being arrested, being prosecuted to act as deterrent to others, I want to say that will deter them. Because as far as I'm concerned, the whole essence of law and order is to act as deterrent to others. But if there's no consequence of crime, definitely those who seek to commit it or those who be criminals will find it easier to go into crime. But once we see, or rather they see, that those who are committing crime, those who are decided to take to deviant act of the society are getting arrested, prosecuted, of course, definitely it will deter people from going into the same crime. Another thing is, if we improve on our platforms, if we are able to acquire monopoly of currency power, start decimating them in a manner that sends signal to any would-be terrorists. I want to say that in itself as well will deter people from going into terrorism. But at this point, I must say very thankful for your time. This is Mr. Much.